live. Did you see that? Did you see that?
3, 2, 1, go!
Did you see that live? Facebook Live? How my phone just shook down and went down. This is what happens when you have the elements of whatever. It just goes down. So, what's up, y'all? Caesar, what's going on, brother? You see my dude behind me right now? This is how it goes down. Now, the subject of the topic tonight is my doubts. Okay. And it's the way you think about things. Caesar, what's going on? This is all Highlands up in here right now. And I'm going to set myself up right now. He's throwing up the goat stuff and all that kind of stuff. And that's not my participle. So don't worry about whatever is going on behind me. So I made it right before midnight. Just to let y'all know, consistency is persistency, and you know, your aggressiveness to make that happen. K Boogie, I see you. And so I got some work to do. I got to mute my computer right here, and I got to put in and plug in. So there's a few of us here, 1 or 2 of us here. So I'm just going to plug in and put everything into place. And I hope you're having a good weekend. This is like Saturday night sizzle. And so we're going to see who's going to chime in on the live. And then we have a conversation. But that's all up to you, you know. Because you can share the content, or you can not share the content and hoard it if you want to. Because that's kind of what happens. And I see people plugging in and seeing, oh, what's that? Let me check that out. Let me see if it's cool enough for me. I just want to see if it's going to work for me. And so my conversation is like, this is day 7. This is day 7. Sylvia, welcome to the conversation. And I'm just going to let you know that if you do a massage on me right now, I'm going to go to sleep right now, but you can't do the massage on me. This is going to be an extraordinary day 7 right now. This is like 7 is one of those numbers that a lot of people focus in on the 7, so they like just put a spiritual, you know, innuendo into it. But I appreciate you chiming in, so check me out, see what's going on. This is day 7, Grindthe 50. And I appreciate y'all always chiming in. So, you know, you always have a selfish plug in there. And so my selfish plug is over my shoulders right now, so.
Oh,
so,
thank you. I love the selfish. Just
working all into the groove and making it happen. This is Grindthe 50, the DL Grind. This is True Legacy. This is everything that, you know, anything that you want, you can actually have, but you have to, like, remove the doubt. And here's the goal. In this conversation, you have to remove the doubt. You have to remove the doubt of 2018 and thinking that you can't actually do it. You have to remove the doubt and really consider exactly who you are in the moments that you are in and be okay with that too. And so I'm going to do my homework right now, and I'm going to plug in with my wild tribe. And they're going to laugh at this. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, what's going on over there? What's up, Hugo? Up in L.A. Hermano. Hey, ¿qué pasó, bro? Hope all is well with you and the family. And so, day 7. So I'm concentrating a lot on the conversations I've had for the past 6 days. And I've been having a lot of conversations with a lot of people. Today I talked to like 30-something people, so I didn't meet my goal of 50. So some of you were inspired in the beginning. You're probably not inspired as much, but you should be inspired just because somebody actually like took the time to be inspired enough to actually like say, I'm going to set a goal and accomplish it. Hugo, I see you, bro. Good to see you, bro. Haven't seen you in years. We got to reconnect. And so when it comes down to it, you have to actually make a decision. And when you make a decision, you actually have to follow through because everybody's looking at you, especially when you put it on social media and all that kind of stuff. Because people like, well, if he doesn't accomplish it, is it actually cool? Is it cool enough? Do we actually understand what he's talking about, or what the heck is going on? And so when my conversation comes up, this isn't necessarily 100% for you. This is 100% for all of us. And so I just encourage everybody to be okay with how it goes. That's kind of like the way the conversation goes. And this isn't something that's like scripted or nothing like that. I just put some things into place and make them happen, and then make a decision to make sure that I accomplish my goal, so that I can be an example. I can't talk if you do that. This is how it's gonna go. Obviously,
just fucking with my boy.
He's gonna just throw those plugs in there. So, welcome to the conversation, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a great weekend. Hope you're having a great consideration of exactly who you are. And I'm putting some things into place on a consistent basis so that you can do some things that you always wanted to do. And day 7 is kind of crazy, and distractions are always wildly. And that actually like plugs into exactly what I'm talking about.
Distractions.
Do you have doubts? Do you have doubts because there are distractions? Do you have doubts because people don't like really consider exactly who you are? Do you have doubts?
Distractions.
Are you going to be that distracted that you can't actually stay focused? I was watching something that actually like hit me to the core. What's up, Sandra? What's up, Charles? And the people that are plugging in, you should actually like give me a thumbs up or thumbs down, or I don't even really care, but I'm going to say something just because you're live, and oh, you're not cool enough, so you're not going to like respond or correspond, so that's cool too. I'm down with that. I'm down with all that sincere and everybody that plugs in from time to time, because I'm going to go for another 43 days. So you'll see me if you just like plug in, because you're going to try. Let me see if he does something different. Let me see if he kind of fits the status quo.
Maybe.
Let me see if he's going to do something that's going to touch, move, and inspire me. Let me see if he's actually like genuine with what his conversation is, or is he consistent enough, and is he persistent enough? These are all the things that happen when you have a business meeting and people like trying to size you up, and you're just like, so let me just like size you up and like figure out if you're actually like good enough, tough enough, cool enough, and if you have background noise and all that kind of stuff, you just have to like try to figure out, is it actually gonna work? So you have my hashtag up above, Grindthe 50. You have day 7. You have the Wild Tribe link, and you're more interested in, can I actually fulfill on what exactly you want me to fulfill on? And my question is, are you going to fulfill on what exactly you want to fulfill on? Because most of us have my doubt. My doubt is I'm not good enough. My doubt is they're not going to go after what I'm talking about, because I put so much effort into it and it's not necessarily going to pan out the way that I thought it was going to. My doubt is I'm going to go live on Facebook and people are going to look at me and they're going to scrutinize me and they're going to question me and they're going to look at me at a certain demeanor because I'm a little bit older, or I'm a little bit too young, or they're going to try to figure out all these things that they want to say about me, but it's all about my doubt.
Or I hold a beard that's like, pink.
Well, we don't have a pink beard right now, but this is my dude, Brian Hall. I'll tag him later on, and that's Sacramento pink beard, pink guy, Sacramento pink team, all that stuff. And now he's going to try to hide, but we're over here putting some things together. And so the thing of it is you have to actually like consider, what is your doubt right now? This is for me. This is day 7. Grind the 50, the DL Grind, True Legacy, dedicated to my brother, dedicated to everything that matters to me the most. And some people have thrown in this doubt. Like, people thought I was cool when I was doing some cool stuff. And so, like in Hollywood, when I'm actually doing promotions and marketing and, running the red carpet, and everybody thinks I'm so cool because I'm at the red carpet, so they don't have to stand in line. And so they wave their hand and they try to get my attention to make sure I can, show their providence over everybody else. And I'm just like, but the other day when I was trying to get some assistance and some support, you didn't really hear me. And so there's a conscious effort of understanding, what is your doubt? Why are you like thinking about yourself when you're actually looking at somebody else? Because you can actually have relationships, you can actually have connections, you can have considerations, you can have opportunities because you give somebody else an opportunity. But if you don't, that's on you. And so my doubt is, Carleone, Wild Tribe, what's going on, fam, bam? The biggest consideration is, you guys have been seeing me talk about this for like 2 years, 2.5 years or something. You could see me, working for the county, or you could see me a garbage man, or you could see me, doing some cement blocking or something like that. You could see me doing all these things. But actually, those are your doubts. But that doesn't actually have any consideration on my understandings. And so when it comes down to me, I'm not really interested in your doubts, because, you could have possibly been a government official, or you could have possibly went after that job or business or opportunity that you wanted to go, but you want me to step in and go after your doubts, when the only thing that I'm going after is your greatness. I'm not interested in all your inherited truths. I'm not interested in all the things that you've been trying to, segue to the greatness that you are, and then you want me to jump and delve into your cesspool of BS, and then you ask me, well, this thing that you're doing, does it actually make that much money? Or this thing that you're doing, does it actually like equate to what I understand? Or this thing that you're going into, can I actually like pay some bills and do all these things and blah 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 and blah 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 and blah 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 blah? And I'm just like, dog, what is your actually compassion? What do you care about? Who do you actually care about? Where do you actually want to go? What is your aspirations? That's your doubt. Like, you're doubting yourself. You're considering, if I fail, everybody's going to look at me. If I'm not necessarily going, I can't talk when you do that, dog. my guy is like on, so but my doubt is, I can't be good enough. My doubt is, I can't go hard enough. My doubt is, I have to stand in a certain status quo. My doubt is, I'm a black man in a society that doesn't necessarily go after, and I said that, and I won't go against that. My doubt is, I'm good enough, but really, am I good enough? Do I actually like stand up and I have enough posture? Do I have enough integrity? Does my integrity like appease and please you at the same time? I have doubts. But then the question is what up, Tyrone? How you doing, bro? Welcome to the conversation. I'm always interested in all the people that chime in. I'm also always interested in the people that actually like click the link and actually follow my lead and the conversation that I'm putting into place, because it actually is a conversation that we all want to have, but we're not necessarily, I guess I would say, powerful enough or have enough integrity to the conversation, because I don't really, go on the BS. I just like come from the cuff, and I'm just like, I'm not looking or interested in people that have doubt in themselves when I actually have a conversation with you, because if you have a conversation with me in face to face, you're going to have the same conversation as you're going to have with me online, which is really not on life, because you're hiding behind the screen, or you're judging me according to what you see on the screen. But if we get face to face and we have a conversation about exactly what I'm talking about, I'm always interested in how serious are you. What's up, Larry? Long time, bro. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you in here in the conversation. If you're not in the conversation, that's cool. I'm just having my grind the 50 days straight. I have to go live, so I made it right before midnight. Now it's after midnight, so it's a new conversation. But I'm hoping that you actually understand what I'm saying, so you actually get a little bit of premise for yourself. It's not about me. It actually gets really personal. We have this conversation every single day. This is day 7, and so you can click the link, and I'm going to show you some things about Wild Tribe. I've been doing some soul searching. I've been doing some praying and meditation and all these other things that, people congregate to. And I've talked to some of my mentors, and I've talked to some of my people that actually feel like, you know what, I need to talk to you because you got something going on. And let me see. Right now, I have a network of a good amount of people. And when it comes down to it, there's a conversation that needs to happen, but it won't happen because we're so caught up in so many deceptions, lies, and understandings that are inherited truths versus the now. So you could go to yesterday, not tomorrow, because when you come to tomorrow, it's going to be a whole nother conversation, because it's always moving forward, always forward. My bestie will be throwing me on that. It's always forward, fast or slow. It doesn't really matter. It just has to be forward. And so when I have the conversation with individuals about this, about this understanding, you actually have to really delve into yourself, and a lot of people aren't interested in delving in. I have 8,500. 8,590 something people right now that are actually, some of them, a percentage of them are actually going after their goal. My goal is to get more people to understand, strive after strive after what you want to strive after. Don't necessarily just dive in just because somebody told you so. Don't dive in just because there's a status quo. Don't dive in just because people are looking at you and all that kind of stuff. You have a dream. You have you have something that's inside of you, and the goal is to actually live life to the full. And it's really challenging with all the with all the pressure. It's really challenging with all the misunderstandings. It's always challenging when it comes down to you actually have to give an answer. It's always challenging when somebody challenges you, and then you get pissed off, and then you just ball up you're like a little, you ball up into you're like a, what is that little insect? It's not an insect. It's a roly-poly, whatever that is. You guys aren't talking to me, so I'm talking to myself. But eventually maybe you'll capture something and it'll be okay because you'll actually get it. And I'm not going to stay too long. So you ball up and you don't be the authentic you. That's the thing. You ball up and you don't be the authentic you, and you'll hang in there for a little bit, but you won't hang in there for the longevity of it. I was in a conversation tonight, and I was talking to some people, and they were talking about millennials, and they were talking about baby boomers, and they were talking about the X generation, Generation X, and they were talking about all these people. And guess what? For me, they all sound exactly the same. I didn't say much. I did more listening. And everybody doesn't necessarily buy into, oh, well, you just thought you was thinking about something, but I listened to a lot of conversation. oh, well, you don't even really understand this generation, but I was just listening and not talking. Oh, well, that generation is doing their thing. You have to like confine to their understanding. So you got to delve into and get into their spectrum, and you have to do all these things. And my thing is like humans are humans are humans. And every I'm not perfect. I make mistakes on a consistent basis, purposely and unpurposely. Sometimes I make a mistake because I just want to win and I just want to see what it feels like to fall. And it's not my agenda. My agenda is hashtag we all win. My agenda is we live into our true legacy. My agenda is my Wow Tribe wins. You can click the link up above and get more information, but you're too cool that you won't delve into exactly what I'm having the conversation about, because you'll judge me in a certain manner, you'll put me in a certain space, or you'll think you're bigger than me, and you've been doing this and doing that, and your resume sounds like this, and your resume sounds like that, and your conversation sounds like this, and the people that you hang out with looks like this. Sometimes you actually have to go to the authentic you. This is my conversation. Sometimes you have to go into the authentic you, but that's not a conversation most people want to have. They're not interested in that conversation. The authentic you. Like, people get pissed off at you if you actually are being you. People are bothered by you because you are actually being you. Like, you showed up a certain way. What's up, Barber? Welcome to the conversation. People want you to do certain things, and if it doesn't necessarily line up to your understanding, like I have a debate right now. People say I shouldn't cuss, I shouldn't say shit down, fuck motherfucker, I shouldn't say none of those things. While they'll go against their, what they call their integrity of what it is for their life, and be okay with it. But then I'm a bad guy because I'm authentically me. If I use foul language, if I use a style that does not feel comfortable, or religiosity, a certain religious understanding, or a political understanding, or a cultural understanding, I'm put in a box and I have to live in a box. But then my question still lies, like really, what is your understanding of exactly who you are? And hopefully one day I'll have no doubt. Because everybody puts me in a, you want people to live in a box, and you want people to live in a situation, and you want people to like say things a certain way so that you're comfortable. But I heard from a lot of powerful people that when you're uncomfortable, it's a great situation so that you can actually see something, so you can actually go to the next level. But it's not necessarily the conversation we want to have, because you have doubts. And so my goal is, on a consistent basis, is like, I got to press harder than I've never pressed before. I've got to say things that I've never said before, because I was thinking about some things, and if I die and have regrets, I die and have regrets the last 5 seconds of my life. I have to think about certain things that nobody else will actually ever conceive. If you're an actor, if you're a model, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a dad, single dad, if you're a single parent, and you're trying to figure things out, there's a lot of things that people don't necessarily have the conversation about, and then it's too late. I hope you grab that, and if you didn't grab it, you just don't want to grab it, and that's cool. Because I understand people don't want to grab things that are uncomfortable. If you grab a hot plate, you're not trying to hold on to that plate. So this is a hot plate. It's a hot conversation, because you have to actually have no doubt, without any personal scrutiny, without any doubt in what you really believe in. Like, your parents tell you this is the way things have to go, and if you have an internal doubt of what they're talking about, but you do it anyway, you've doubted yourself, and then you let yourself down, and then you probably let somebody else down because you weren't an authentic you. We're just having a conversation. And so I'm always interested. You guys can chime in if you want, if you have a conversation inside of this conversation and you're like, well, what about this? Go ahead and put it in the link. I won't judge you or anything like that. I won't judge most people. I'll just call you on your BS. That's what I'll do. Because I want you to live the life that you want to live to the fullest and do all the things that you want to do to the fullest and gravitate so we can have some people that actually live their life actually the way they want to live versus the way that they thought they should live because somebody else said they should live that way. Do you ever think about that? The way that you live, you kind of live in other people's life. You don't really live in your own understanding or your own creativity or your own compassion or your own desire. Do you? Really? Yeah, it's about mindset, Carleone. I got you, bro. Wild Tribe. And when it comes down to it, when you have conversations with people, they kind of like push you to the side, or they make you go left when you should be going right, or they make you go right when you should be going left. I have this thing that I've been doing, and a lot of my, mentors and conversational people, more conversational people than mentors, they like, dude, you're doing that? And I'm like, is something wrong with me? I'm actually like the person that you said I was very eloquent. I'm actually the person that you said I was like genius. I'm actually like the person that you said that had the biggest heart. I'm actually like the person that you said, oh my gosh, you're the next one. I actually had somebody tell me, on a January 1st, you are a chosen one. But then because I didn't go according to their understanding, I was no longer chosen. And so I have to live into whatever it is. I'm not going to exploit myself as I have in the past years because I've lost or I've failed or I've fallen or I have let people down or have done things that people are not really interested in. Welcome to the call. I can't see who you are. Facebook's doing something, so you can just say hi. Appreciate the like. But people want you to do things that are not necessarily according to your understanding and also your actually like your direction. And then they get frustrated because you don't live into their understanding. But sometimes you'll have a conversation with somebody that has a higher understanding for something so that you can win higher, but you want them to go lower so you both lose on a low level. That's one of those things. And so this is day 7. I'm really interested in people that want to go to the next level. People say day 7 or 7, the number, something spectacular. It's something spiritual and cool with your spiritual understanding of all that. And that's cool. My goal is to actually more show you exactly, like Carleone said, delve into your mindset. And I'm hoping that you'll actually delve into your own mindset. I don't care if you have health challenges. I don't care if you have family challenges. I don't care if you have relationship challenges. I don't care if people don't believe in you. I don't care if people deny you. I don't care about all that. The only thing that I care about necessarily is you remove self-doubt. It doesn't matter. On a spiritual space, I say spiritual space because people do so many things. People go so many directions. Elena, what's going on? If I pronounce your name wrong, I apologize. Much love, Dale. Elena, much love, Dale. Welcome to the conversation. I'm more interested in people living the life because I was listening to a conversation of people and I was frustrated. I was frustrated because they don't really get it. They don't really get life. They don't really get going to the next level. What does a Michael Jordan life look like? What does everybody don't like him, but what does a Trump life look like? What does a Megan Good life look like? What does an Alex Thomas life look like? What does a Sylvester Stallone life look like? What do these lives look like? Do you actually take the time to think about the person that you think is on a higher echelon of understanding for yourself? And you're like, how do they live that life? Do you actually ask that question? How do they live? How do they get to they make $500,000 in a month? Do you think about that? How does this person help people in third world countries? Do you think about that? How does this person, somebody like myself, how does this person understand social media in a certain manner that they get this and it doesn't really conceive or perceive for me? Do you really look at exactly where people are, exactly where you are and where you are not? And do you actually push yourself to the level or to a threshold above the threshold that has a cap and you just bust it wide open? Do you actually take the time to actually allow yourself to remove self-doubt? I told you guys every single day is something different. And I was thinking about doubt and I wrote it down and I said I'm going to put it in there, and I'm not necessarily interested in the people that want to, judge me or put me in a certain box or anything like that. My wild tribe is probably looking for some tools, tips, and all that kind of stuff. But mindset, Carleon, I heard you. Mindset, everything, because that's what I've been talking about. Only thing that I talk about is where are you at? I have 3 steps to success, and they work. But I can't necessarily tell the people that I want to tell because I've already told them, and I can't bring it back up. But I can. But then I'm wasting my time equity. But then I have to make a decision. How far am I going to go? How hard am I going to push? How much am I going to doubt or not doubt myself? How effective am I going to be? I got to put all these things in my head when I have the conversation with people on a consistent basis. But people don't want me to have that conversation because they're like, oh, it's too exhaustive. It's too exhaustive because you're actually being real. And so when you have self-doubt, you're not being real. When you have self-doubt, you're not being real to you and those that you want to actually have an impact on while you're alive. Because when you're dead, there's nothing that you can do. But people will tell you to hold on, don't say that, say it a certain way, put it all in a nice little wrapper, and make sure that you put it this way. But what about them actually putting it to where you actually said something or you did something that actually has an impact for them and they actually win because you were right? If you're not going to be right, I understand. If you're a buffoon, I understand. If you're just not intelligent enough, I understand. If you're just not strong enough, I understand. If you don't have enough integrity, I understand. I understand. I understand. If you are not a winner, maybe you need to gravitate to some winners so that you can become a winner. Maybe you've never won a championship. I have. Maybe you've never been on a certain plateau. I have. Success leaves clues. It wasn't about me. It was about somebody else I was watching. I was like, wow, that dude is awesome. How can I get there? And then I didn't knock him off his block or her block. I didn't push them to the side. I didn't say, oh, they don't understand my plight. They don't understand my health issue. They don't understand my family situation. They don't understand where I come from. They don't understand my community. They don't understand my culture. They don't understand that I'm this and they're that. How about in 2019, taking you guys fast forward? Don't get confused because I say 2019 because I'm already there. It is 2018. This is November 8th. November 18th. But how about you leave doubt where it's at, wherever that's at. But you've only put doubt on the forefront. Do something phenomenal for the next 43 days. I think it's 43 days. Maybe 43, 43, 43 days. Close out 2018 like you've never closed out any other year before. Don't worry about 2012. Don't worry about 2005. Don't worry about 2002. Don't worry about 1999. Focus on 2019. Create that the way you want it to be. And it could be phenomenal. Did you ever think about that? It could be phenomenal. Whatever you do, small level, high level. Things that are working, make them work. If they're not working as good as you want them to work, make them work better. If you want them to, if you want to go to the next level, go to the next level. Don't think you can't. And then go with some cool people. Have some fun. So, that's what I got for now. Appreciate y'all chiming in. I got in before, so this is day 7. Let's rock and roll. Let's make some things happen. I got 43 days to doing this every single day, so every single day is different. Or it might be the same because, most things are repetitive. Most things are like history reoccurring. I was looking at, we had a little live situation, and I was looking at clothing line situations in fashion, and I was like, I used to do that in the 90s. Felt like an old man. But history repeats itself, and success repeats itself when you repeat yourself for success. Damian Love, True Legacy, the DL Grind, Grindthe 50, Wild Tribe. Everything I'm doing is going to make sense. But you have to make it make sense. If you don't, you'll watch it happen. It's going to happen. I promise you. Unless I die, and don't nobody try to take my life, let me do what I'm going to do. I have a couple goals that I want to accomplish, and we'll make some things happen. Much love to you all. Appreciate you all. Wild Tribe, let's keep going. Let's keep growing. Let's put all the things in perspective. Put yourself into perspective. Put other people into perspective. Consider other people. Consider yourself. And let's go after massive, massive, massive success. Good night.